It's a Heidel minicast. And now, Scott Clark.
We're on pages 125 and 126 of Machen's Christianity and Liberalism. We're in chapter 6, where he's arguing with theological liberals over the doctrine of the atonement.
If the Heidelcast helps you, won't you help us keep it going? Please make the coffer clink by clicking on the PayPal link or by sending a check to Heidelberg Reformation Association, 1637 East Valley Parkway, number 391, Escondido, California, 92027.
Machen wrote, but modern liberalism has still more specific objections to the Christian doctrine of the cross. How can one person, it is asked, suffer for the sins of another? The thing, we are told, is absurd. Guilt, it is said, is personal. If I allow another man to suffer for my fault, my guilt is not thereby one whit diminished. And he goes on to write, the real answer to the objection is to be found not in the similarity between the death of Christ and other examples of self-sacrifice, but in the profound difference. Why is it that men are no longer willing to trust for their own salvation and for the hope of the world to come one act that was done by one man long ago? Why is it that they prefer to trust millions of acts of self-sacrifice wrought by millions of men through the centuries and in our own day? The answer is plain. It is because men have lost sight of the majesty of Jesus' person. They think of him as a man like themselves, and if he was a man like themselves, his death becomes simply an example of self-sacrifice. But there have been millions of examples of self-sacrifice. Why then should we pay exclusive attention to this one Palestinian example of long ago? Men used to say, with reference to Jesus, there was no other good enough to pay the price of sin. They say so now no longer. On the contrary, every man is now regarded as plenty good enough to pay the price of sin if, whether in peace or in war, he will only go bravely over the top in some noble cause. It is perfectly true that no mere man can pay the penalty of another man's sin, but it does not follow that Jesus could not do it. For Jesus was no mere man, but the eternal Son of God. Jesus is master of the innermost secrets of the moral world. He has done what no other could possibly do. He has borne our sin.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow for more from the Heidelcast, brought to you by Heidelberg Reformation Association.org. Don't forget, when the coin in the coffer clinks, the cost of bandwidth shrinks. Copyright Heidelberg Reformation Association. All rights reserved. This is a Heidel Media production.